You've already decided you're not going to stand at the next election, as I understand it.
Yeah, I said I wouldn't be standing as a Labour MP in Vauxhall.
So you might stand for something else?
Oh, who knows what will happen in politics in the next week or two.
Or you could stand for the Brexit Party.
Oh, I doubt it.
Not the Brexit Party.
I think the important thing is that probably there has to be a general election, and Jeremy's going to look very, very silly indeed if he tries to stop a general election, under any circumstances, really.
How are you going to use your vote?
Today I couldn't possibly vote today for the business of Parliament to be taken out of the hands of the government and into people who really, really just want to actually stop Brexit.
But you see, it is very, very clear that there is no mandate for a no-deal Brexit.
Where?
Well, either in Parliament or in the country.
Well, let's not forget, Adam, and your viewers will remember this too. Parliament voted by a huge vote for Article 50. Article 50 very clearly said if we didn't leave by a certain date, if we didn't have a withdrawal agreement, a deal, we would leave anyway. So there is a majority there. People voted for that.
Had votes in Parliament which have rejected no
deal.
Yes,
the reality is Parliament has tried to spend a lot of its time actually trying to stop Brexit and ignore the results of the referendum. And I think the Prime Minister is quite right now to say that if we now decide that we're not even going to allow him the space to go back to the European Union, and that the European Union will actually use that as a way of not actually giving anything at all, then he's quite right to say, we have to have a general election.
But Philip Hammond and others would say, look, we voted 3 times for a withdrawal agreement, so how could you possibly say that they're trying to stop Brexit?
Well, of course, that withdrawal agreement, as we all know, and many of the people who are now in government voted against it, was not actually leaving the European Union. There was nothing on the ballot paper that said we want to stay half in, half out, we want to pay 39 billion, we want a backstop. So when people say no deal wasn't on the ballot paper, none of the other things were.
You're saying no deal is the best option?
No, I'm not. I would like to see a proper free trade arrangement with the European Union, but I think now the best chance genuinely of getting that is for us to get out and then have those negotiations, which will, I think, really concentrate minds in the European Union as well. But in the meantime, if Boris Johnson can get something in the next few weeks, we won't get any changes if Parliament votes to actually take control of legislation and give this bill. This bill is really shocking. It actually would allow the European Union to decide how long the extension could be, and only could be stopped.
That's how it works in a negotiation. That's how it worked previously on March the 29th and all the other dates.
No, but we had to agree it. Now they could actually say we want a year. And unless Parliament then voted against that, in 2 days, this bill says...
Mrs May was actually given shorter time than she wanted at one stage and a longer time than she wanted at another.
The Prime Minister is not Mrs May, and that's been part of the problem, of course. But part of the problem is the Prime Minister didn't stand up to the European Union. And I think the public out there who voted leave, and even some who voted remain, will be recognised now that we've got a Prime Minister who's going to stand up to the European Union.
So you're going to use your vote to do everything you can to help Boris Johnson?
Using my vote to help the 17.4 million people who voted to leave. My vote will be going today to make sure that we stop the kind of ridiculous nonsense. If there's people here shouting stop the coup that's going on is in Parliament today. Yeah, but the coup it's not a coup. What the Parliament is doing today, if they vote for that, is a form of coup.
Okay, Kate Hoey, thank you very much indeed.